I told a girl that I was talking to on Tinder today that I was recording a podcast, so I couldn't hang out. So, I mean, that's pretty,
Okay, you know what? Screw it. $300 million, I'm making insect porn.
Is it, Tony Parker?
I was with your mother.
Not ready? Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Ready.
Yeah, we're ready
I'm
for
ready.
this. Cool. All right, we'll go to start up then.
Absolutely.
What is up? What is happening, everybody? Welcome to the Bisky and Tates podcast. That's Bisky. I'm Tates. Bisky, what's up, my man? How we doing?
It's been a long time since we've been in the studio. I've been missing it. Every morning I wake up and I just, every time I sleep now it's just a depression nap.
Yeah.
Ever since you get stuck out of the studio, not a good time.
No, man,
but,
it's been too long.
We've had a slight hiatus, but we're back, better than ever. We're coming up with a big guest today. Very excited. This is somebody I heard about in high school when somebody's like, hey, bro, you got to check this video out. I'm like, okay. And then I go on his page, and he has a ton of videos. I'm like, okay, so this dude's really grinding. And he's local to the area where I'm from. So I'm like, how can you not support that? We're all about supporting people locally.
We support local businesses. We
Absolutely.
support local podcasts.
So I'm very excited to announce that today on this very special episode of Bisky and Tates that we have King Sosa with us.
Yo, what up? It's your boy King Sosa right here. I grew up in Bolingbrook since I was a born child. This is my hometown. I grew up in Bolingbrook in my fucking life, my nigga. And also, it's a new song that I just released on YouTube. Where we coming from? The streets of Bolingbrook. That's how it be. The streets of Bolingbrook. It's where it's at. The streets of Bolingbrook. The streets of Bolingbrook. The streets of Bolingbrook. Check that out. You already know how we coming. Because it's my hometown. Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Here, plug where they can find it. Plug your YouTube channel. Plug Twitter. Plug Facebook. All that stuff. Because then people know where to find it. I know we retweeted it on our Bisky and Tates Twitter account. And, we gave you a follow. That's how we reached out to you. I found you had a Twitter page. I'm like, oh, I got to reach out to this guy.
We had to.
I'm like, I got to. Because, we kind of love being able to show people, like, our local, like, things that are around here. Because everybody's all like, oh, it's not Chicago, it's lame. I'm like, okay, there's tons of stuff to do around here.
True.
There's tons of cool people that are grinding and doing cool stuff, creating art. So, we love to promote people like that.
That's everywhere.
Absolutely. And people, if it's not a big scene, they're not interested because they're trying to act hard. No, there's good music and good stuff being created wherever you are.
Keep grinding, my boy.
Absolutely.
So I just want to know, so, I mean, first off, just where did you start? Where did this passion come from for music? What made you feel like, hey, I want to get into this game right now?
Because of Studio 300 in Bolingbrook, Illinois, inside the Fountaindale Public Library.
That's what's
and
up.
I had to go through orientation. You already know what's up because of my father before he died 5 years ago, back in 2014. And also, OTF Nunu, Lil Durk's cousin, he died the day before my father died.
Oh, wow.
5 years ago.
Just stacking them up. It's rough.
May 31st, 2014, the day before my father died in cancer, over at Edwards Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
My daddy died on June 1st, 2014.
Yep.
Just like yesterday, Lil Durk's cousin died in the shooting and killing right off 87th and Cottage Grove. He was a good rapper with Lil Durk, with OTF. That's his cousin. They're about the same age, I remember.
It's very sad. You see a lot of people die, whether it's from cancer in these natural situations, and whether it's like, violence through people, whether it's gang violence, whether it's just violence that's personal.
Chicago.
Yeah, and
that's everywhere.
Yeah, and it's all over the place. You see it in St. Louis. You see it in basically any major country or any major city. You put that many people in such a small populated area, like there's bound to be people that will rise to the top, but there's bound to be people that'll struggle at the bottom, and then those people go through desperate measures to help their family and to just try to support themselves. And then
True.
It kind of puts people, and I mean, you even see because I know people from Bolingbrook and Romeoville, some that their parents have money and their family has money and they live very easy. And then I know people who, really struggled and they didn't always have, two parents in the home, or they didn't always have, family members that looked out for them, or they didn't have friends and they, they struggled. And, and that's kind of what I like about living in this area is that you meet people from all different walks of life and that you get to experience learning people's, lives, their everyday lives, and gain perspective. And I feel like it really, helps you to not be ignorant. Like we see a lot of people who are in this country and are very ignorant. So that's why it's nice to, never would have thought that we were able to cross paths. But because we lived in the same close area, and you're like, oh, okay, this is a local podcast. Let's give it a try. Let's talk. So I think that's really awesome.
That's right.
So start off with music. You said about a few years now you've been doing this music game. I guess what kind of motivates you? Where does your music come from? Is this something besides, obviously, you got Streets of Bolingbrook and stuff like that. We know that's coming from the Brook, but like, where do your other songs come from? I mean, is it just stuff that you feel in your heart or something like that, or?
Well, I just put all my tracks in a mixtape,
Mm-hmm.
I started using mixtapes since for the last 4 years back in 2015.
Okay.
That's when I started releasing my first mixtape. King Sosa World, that's the first one.
Yep.
Yep,
I heard of it.
Thank you. It's on DatPiff and AudioMac.
Yep.
Go all over social media and you will see.
Absolutely. And I went on your YouTube. I was trying to find a video that I know came out maybe 3-4 years ago, the Hometown video.
That was 3 years ago.
Yep.
I had to shoot my first music video by myself. I was 21 in that video.
Wow. That's crazy. And you just did it. You did it on your own, like
Yeah.
I
shot my own video.
Too?
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's what's up.
That's because I had my own tripod and digital camera. It's called Selfie.
Absolutely. Well, and it's so cool that, like, given this day and age, that people have the opportunity to look. You're like, I have a camera, I have a tripod, and I can, just play around with editing software and figure out how I want to do this. And then also this opportunity here at Studio 300 that you get to use some of this equipment for just, being a resident. So, like, that's a really cool opportunity.
True.
So, do you know how many videos you have on YouTube that are, like, either songs or music videos?
Well, and guess what? I'm starting to shoot everybody's music video whenever they need it now.
Oh, shoot.
And also,
Word.
it's on YouTube, King Sosa World Productions. And I'm a film director as well while I edit.
Yeah,
You
that's
do editing
awesome.
for film. What films? Any films on YouTube? Or like, where can people find these films at?
On my channel. That's why I shoot everybody a music video whenever they need me. Because I got a digital camera now since after my college days, since I graduated from Elmhurst College in 2018.
Absolutely.
That was my graduation gift. You know what's up.
Oh, hell yeah. So you're
That's
able
a
to
good
use
gift.
that. And
I bought it.
Yeah. You treated yourself. You're like, you know what? I worked my ass off. I'm getting a camera.
Absolutely.
You got to treat yourself sometimes. You're just like, you know what? I did a good job. See, like for me, I'm very my reward system for myself is very like low. So I'll be like, you know what? I showed up to work on time today. So I'm going to get beat-ups for lunch.
Yeah, that's great. It's
Yeah.
all about the little wins, man.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I deserve this B-dubs. And then I'm like, wait, I had B-dubs the last 4 days.
So
You know?
what? All right, you like B-Dubs, King Sosa?
What's B-dubs?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, I like Buffalo
What's
Wild
your favorite
Wings.
sauce?
Buffalo, garlic, Parmesan, barbecue.
Parm.
But I was about to let you know this. I had Buffalo Wild Wings since I was a teenager. When it first got open
It's the
in
spot.
Bolingbrook, Illinois, right by the
yes.
promenade,
Oh, yeah.
back in the day.
Right by Five Guys over there. That's a good
I know.
restaurant too. Yeah.
I used to work at the Five Guys there.
For real.
Yeah,
and
there's
guess what? I used to work at Myers right by the promenade
Oh, shit.
5 years ago. That was my first job in Bolingbrook, Illinois, before my daddy died.
Dang. What did you do at Meyer? Because I know there's a lot of different departments. What were you?
I was usually a utility worker for the most part of my life.
Oh.
I was working there for 2 years.
Oh, that's cool.
3 years ago, I had to quit, work at Macy's Logistics in Manuka.
Yep.
That was my second job. It was my first warehouse job for the first time in my life.
Make more money there.
Yeah,
See,
in the
that's-
grocery store.
It's
See,
the
that's-
grind.
Yep. It's basically you're like, you know what? I don't really care what it is, but if I can make more money doing it and I can learn to do it, then let's do it.
That's
You know?
because they were good people over in Manuka, and they were better than Bolingbrook's people. They're not crazy like Bolingbrook, Illinois. Everybody from Manuka, it's like a small world, and it's a
Yeah.
small town, like where all the farmlanding is. They like to have good vibes and good times when I'm over there.
See, and that's what
They're
we're all
always very
about.
social over there. They're always a good friend over there.
That's awesome.
Third job, I used to work in Foley and Woodridge last year. I was just there for a month. And I finally got me another job, and another warehouse job called Amazon in Crest Hill. That's my third warehouse job, and it's my fourth job for the first time in my life now.
Wow.
Yep.
I've
In Crest
probably
Hill.
worked 4 jobs this year.
Yeah, you really have. You didn't. We had a whole episode about him being unemployed actually for a stretch.
It's all good.
I was just working on my own personal development. Sometimes you need to take some time on yourself, figure shit out, and then eventually,
Paid
You
in
know.
full.
exactly.
Money pays me off.
Exactly.
You too.
That's what it's all about, man.
So I just gotta know, man. You got all this. You got so much pride being from Bolingbrook. Where's that pride come from, man? Why are you so proud to be from Bolingbrook?
That's because it's called the motivation if you was ever a rapper. We got some notable alumni at Bolingbrook High School. There was a lot of sports players. This happened before I became a rapper. I went to school with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, before we won the state championship, I was the big fan of the Bolingbrook Raiders football. Before they won the state championship 8 years ago, back in 2011 during my senior year.
Oh yeah, that was a
Aaron
big year.
Bailey.
Wasn't? Yeah.
I went to
was
school
about
with
say
Antonio,
Antonio Morrison.
who made it to the NFL that quick.
Do you know where he's playing now?
I don't know. Free agent. I don't know where he's going to play.
Here, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
You know
check
what?
it out.
We want to find out now. Morrison was the
I
man.
know.
Yeah, I know.
I
He used
know-
to have braids, but he has dreads now.
Oh, he went the dreads route.
He got dreads now. He went to Bolingbrook High School with me. He knows me.
Antonio
Morgan Tuck.
Morrison, the linebacker.
Yes. Yes.
He plays for the. He's a free agent now, but he's played for the Colts.
Colts. Yeah, the Colts draft out in North.
For the first time. That's because my boy Greg Gordon went to the NFL draft just like I did. This was 3 years ago in Chicago. I was there.
Oh, when he got drafted? For a minute, I thought you said you were in the NFL draft. I'm like, who drafted you? And then who
No,
let you go?
no.
Man, maybe. I mean,
I
he
was
has
just there for
motivation.
their event.
Yeah.
That's because
remember
back
that.
in my college days during my sophomore year,
All right.
twice, freshman and sophomore.
This
That's
is
how I
a
remember.
hypothetical question. If you were going to play football, what position would you play?
Wide receiver. I used to do that back in my 8th grade year and 7th grade year. I used
Yep.
to play a lot of good football. I used to catch a football while a quarterback had to throw the football to me.
Yeah.
And I caught it and scored a touchdown. This happened during gym class when I went to Jane Addams back in the day.
Oh, that's sweet. Dude, those middle school and elementary school football games during recess, those were intense. Nobody can
I
describe
know.
how intense those were. Because, there was always like the 2 or 3 guys that were the designated quarterbacks, and then there were about 25 wide receivers. So he really just passed to his friends. But if you ran a real good route, he would hit
He
you.
hit you.
Oh, yeah. So I'd always lined up close and then block for a minute and then run out and get the 5-yard pass, because then I can hope that I would just like dance through enough guys. Because I
Well,
was
guess
always
what?
a big boy, so.
I was too. That's because I gotten tall. And I jumped real high and caught the football. This happened when I was in 8th grade. We was just in gym class that time.
Yeah, it's like
It's called flag football.
It's like Julio Jones in the end zone. You jump up high, you just grab it
Just
up.
get it. Get that bread.
I used to always play football for fun back in my high school days. And this was back in the day. I used to be a running back playing for fun.
Yeah,
Right by my house, too.
absolutely.
Right
What
by
about
Poplar
basketball?
Park. Basketball, yeah. I got buggers, too. This happened since I was in 6th grade. I used to beat a lot of people in basketball sometimes.
Yeah, I used to play a lot, and then I got fat, and I'm like, you know what?
I
you know
used
what
to
sounds
back in the
better
day.
than playing basketball, eating brisket.
Ooh,
And
I
also,
like that
I
too.
used to be fat when I was in elementary school back in the day. That's because I used to be weak in everything. And they used to teach me a lesson, the little kids and that are close age to me.
Yeah.
They used to teach me how to play basketball, try to teach me how to play defense,
See, that's cool.
They'd be like, try to steal the ball from me, Alex. This happened since I was in 4th grade.
Yep.
Some guy was in 3rd grade. And he's from Bolingbrook, too. And I went to school with him before that. He used to go to Bolingbrook Park with me, too, at camp. A lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
He been balling a lot. He's short, black guy.
Would you play like outside, like at the parks? 'Cause
Oh,
I think
yeah.
There's a ton of parks. In
I'm
Bolingbrook.
everywhere.
That's what I like about Bolingbrook is there's like 3 or 4 different parks you can go to play basketball outside, and there's like on a Sunday
No,
night-
not all the time. I'm usually at the ones in Chicago because they know me out there.
Oh yeah,
That's because I got relatives that be at Jackson Park. It's the Nails brothers, David Nails and Jane Nails.
yeah.
And they have a cousin that went to Plainfield East back in 2017, 2 years ago. Serenity Chambers. That's my cousin.
Oh okay.
Yeah, she went to Plainfield East. That's my cousin, related to my daddy's family and my grandfather's
I'm
family.
familiar. It's actually cool because Aaron Jordan, who played at Plainfield East,
I
plays
know.
at U of I now.
I know.
And I don't know if you still watch a lot of high school basketball, but another
Yeah.
guy that plays at U
I
of
usually
I-
go to all of their games everywhere I go.
Did you ever see Io DeSumo play?
Who?
He played at Morgan Park. Io,
Oh, really?
And he goes to U of I.
I know.
Or have you seen Talon Horton Tucker?
Who's that?
He got drafted by the Lakers this year. He went to
Iowa
Iowa State last year, and then I think he played at was it Stevenson? I'm trying to remember. He went to a school in the city.
Yeah, he was a city guy, man. He went to Iowa State, and
I'm a
he
city
broke.
guy, a big city guy, because that's where all the fun
Oh,
be
he
at.
went to Simeon. I'm a dumbass. Yeah, he went to Simeon.
Yeah, I have a friend that went to Simeon with Jabari Parker. His name's Dontre Cheers, a.k.a. Trogo Crazy the Rapper. He's on YouTube, too.
Oh, that's cool.
He
That's
hit me
dope.
up on Facebook, and I accepted him because he's from Chicago. I do accept Facebooks, the ones that I do know, if I do remember them by face and name. I usually accept them on Facebooks. Most of them know me in Chicago. They're cool with me.
It's all networking.
That's because they're all black and they're cool with me.
Yeah.
They're good people, I can tell, the ones I know and
That's
remember
good.
by their names and
The
faces.
thing is like most people are good people. There's a few people that are like jerks, but most
that are in the
people
gang
just-
who are mean But most of them, some of them can be cool with me. As long as they don't give me no problems, then I'm fine. They know me.
Yeah.
They know I show respect. They want respect too. That's because the ones that come from out west or down south, north, wherever you come from.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's what black folks do. And there's some mean people. Most of them try to be cool with me. The ones I went to school with and people out in public, they try to get to know me too, and I don't have a problem with that. Unless they show me some respect, then I'm fine with that. That's how they know me. This happened back in my high school days. People from out west, they were trying to greet me that time. That's because I used to have my first girlfriend back in my middle school days and high school days.
Nice.
Before she started to have a kid from Bolingbrook. It was my first girlfriend. It was a black girl. Her name was Makita Williams. This happened since I was in 8th grade. When she was in 7th grade, she asked me out on a date that time.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
And I broke up with her.
I kind of like it when a lady kind of takes charge on that first date.
Dude,
She's like, yeah,
This happened since I was in middle school back in the day.
For sure.
And it was a good relationship.
It was that pure young love where you didn't
I know.
You didn't know hurt or heartbreak.
Yeah, that's how she felt because of her older brother
Yeah.
that was in the gang. But don't worry.
That's scary, man. That's scary, man.
But I was about to let you know,
All right.
they all are very social too. Makita Williams and her whole entire siblings and family, they like to greet everybody from everywhere.
That's nice.
Just like her older brother, Tevin Rainey, he's more social than everybody from everywhere.
Yeah.
That's because he used to always greet people before he got locked up.
Yeah, that's too bad. I hate
Yeah.
to hear people, people and people's family members getting locked up. It's just kind of sad. I mean,
No, that's because they lost their family because of the danger zone, because of the way they lost one of their family. That's why they were in a gang because of that reason.
Yeah, that's.
They want to put up gang violence wherever they go in the streets of Bolingbrook. This happened back in my days when I was in middle school and high school. That's how I have good memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bolingbrook can be pretty dangerous, man. So I
Like
mean,
Chicago, I know.
for sure.
Like
I mean,
Joliet, Aurora, East Side, that's
sure.
everywhere.
Yeah, man. So I mean, you made it out, man, and here you are. You got a job. You got your career going right now. I mean, what do you
Yeah.
gotta say to kids in Bolingbrook, man?
Because of my
how'd you get out?
daddy.
What do
And
you-
he signed me up for Studio 300,
Yeah. Like, what do you want to say to, like, the young kids that are growing up in Bolingbrook that might be listening to this podcast? Like, what's some inspiration you can give them to let them know that, like,
They
too
usually
can
let me
follow-
know.
They can follow their dreams and that they can.
Yeah, true. They know it's Studio 300 here, too,
Yeah.
in the Fountaindale Public Library. Everybody from Bolingbrook, all the current students, middle school and high schools, they always take tours up in here every school year.
Oh,
When it's
that's
the
sweet.
beginning. I always see them do it all the time when I'm here.
Yeah, and you're just like, what's up?
They usually say my name, King Sosa, when I'm here.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I appreciate it because of my daddy. He signed me up for Studio 300 because I'm from out here anyways.
Yeah. That's really cool that he, like, showed you this opportunity that you now have, and then it's something that, like, you use to record music. You're using to record a podcast right now with some guys you met on the internet. So,
Yeah.
like, it's a cool opportunity. I found out about this place a couple years ago. I was helping some friends write a script for a video, like a funny YouTube video.
Yeah.
And we were using one of the TV rooms with all the computers and stuff, and it's like I was like, this is so cool. This is like a really awesome opportunity for people to be able to use this studio space.
True.
Especially like when you're from Bolingbrook, like being able to have all this professional grade equipment, microphones, MacBooks, all that stuff. Like it's really awesome. I wish I would have known more about this when I was younger and I was doing stuff like after school.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
For sure, man. So what you got any stuff in the works right now? I mean, what you got songs coming up soon, or kind of what's your path right now?
Mixtapes and music videos. It's all good.
Yeah, for sure.
And what about directing? Are you going to be directing anything for anybody coming up soon?
Oh, yeah, true, because I am a film director.
Yeah,
I'm a good video producer and everything. I know how to shoot videos real good and edit them on social media.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Premiere Pro. I'm good at that. I usually use their computers. I don't have a Mac yet. That's why I use their computers at the library
Yeah,
now.
for sure. They got a nice little.
I know.
Equipment Studio 300 for sure.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here a lot when I edit my music videos and everybody's videos,
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
It's cool that they
how
got
many-
a designated guy to do the videos.
For
They're like,
sure.
Oh yeah, King Sosa got me.
I did.
So I mean, how often are you up like doing like videos like that, like directing videos and editing and stuff like that? Is that like an everyday kind of deal? You're up here doing that kind of stuff, or?
Only if I keep doing a lot. I usually take a break from the studio and everything,
Yeah, for sure. You gotta take a little break every so often. Work hard, play hard, man.
Yeah. Every time I keep working in the studio a lot, I usually take a break for a little while just in case. Then I go back in the studio, back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, you can't spend I know there's some people that can go out there and grind and go in the studio every day, but for me, I'm one of those people that I need a little bit of break time, spend some time with some friends and family.
Yeah,
enjoy
true.
The finer things in life, like sitting in your bed and playing 2K.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but I have a question. I had a couple of players that 2K20 is coming up.
I know.
You big
Anthony
2K
Davis is in that cover. I got friends who know Anthony Davis, for real.
Yeah. So my thought was that we go through a couple of players that are, and we talk about what we think their rating will be in the upcoming game. Because there's some guys that, there's been some questions about them and how good they're going to be this upcoming season. So, the first one I want to start out with, what do you think the rating of DeMarcus Cousins will be?
I don't know. Well, everything's going to be 100% on Anthony Davis because I got friends who know Anthony Davis for real from Chicago. At Prospectus Charter, Ronnie Joslin. I have friends over there too. A lot of friends over there. I know their names and faces, the ones that stay next to Prospectus Charter. And I know one of his old coaches and teachers. They're starting to know my name, Alex Haney, because that's my real name.
Yep.
Most of them want to keep calling me King Sosa. I always keep telling them every time they see me, call me Alex. Alex Haney, because that's my real name. I always tell his old high school dad all the time, that's my name, because I'm Mr. Here Go Novice's boy, the Honduran man who I knew since I was a sophomore in high school in Chinatown.
Did you ever go see games with Anthony Davis in high school?
No, I only met him in person 3 years ago,
back
in 2016 at the Red Bull Region.
Yep.
And I already correct the security guards and his sports manager, and I already told him this after his sports manager came outside of the building while he was in there. He's feeling a little nervous. Well, I had to correct this statement to his sports manager. I told him, I got friends who know Anthony Davis. I already told him the truth, and I'm not lying.
Yeah.
This happened 3 years ago. I already told him why I came from
You gotta
Bolingbrook,
set 'em
Illinois.
straight. Let 'em know who you
Yeah.
are.
He knows. They all know. That's why I took a picture with him. That's why you see it all over social media. And it's not private if nobody's friends with me. They can see it. That's how I live my life and live my dream. And I am a grown man.
You got to flex the Anthony Davis picture. That's like Chicago royalty. The only thing that would be more badass would be if you literally had Anthony Davis on one side and then D Rose on the other side. That would
I
be
know.
like the two Chicago
I
Kings
know.
in one. And then
So what? They have security guards blocking people from Anthony Davis. I can do the same thing because I got friends who know Anthony Davis for real.
Yeah, you're just you just walk up. You're like, "What's up, AD? Unibrow looking tight, bro."
Oh, yeah. I usually let security know, and I'm sure they know who I am.
Absolutely.
They're starting to know my name now, Alex
Yeah.
Haney. I just want them to remember who I am every time I try to get ready to run into them.
They'll be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Alex? AD's right here."
Yeah, I know. I got friends who know Anthony Davis for real at Prospectus Charter, Rodney Joslin, and I never went to school out there at all. That's what they've been telling me.
Yeah.
Well, I went to school at Bolingbrook High School back in
Bolingbrook
2012
High,
with
baby.
Morgan Tuck.
Yeah, Morgan Tuck.
Because I'm her boy, by the way.
Oh, okay.
We're about the same age. I've been knowing her since 8th grade. We've been good friends
That's
since
crazy.
we were teenagers while she was born in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's how I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
And I saw it on her social media and all over the internet.
Yeah, and,
And I can
moved
tell.
she moved to Bolingbrook and played basketball. She got a three-peat in the
I know.
women's tournament.
Yeah.
It was pretty outstanding.
When she first won the state championship back in the day, back in 09, 10 years ago, I had to have a talk with her about it. You
Yeah.
keep grinding. You're very strong, Morgan, and I know you got buckets. And you a beast. You keep working on your crossover moves, keep shooting threes, make sure you keep doing all them pump fakes. You're going to really be famous like Michael Jordan. Air Tuck, watch this.
Absolutely.
After I told her for the first time she won the state championship, I saw you on TV, and she was like, you did? Yeah, and I was about to let you know. Congratulations on winning the state championship for the first time in your life. And you finally won three-peat back in my high school days. In ours, too. And I told her, you keep getting them straight buckets, Morgan. You're going to always become the best, greatest of all time. And I know you're going to make it to the WNBA. You're going to really be famous in your life, just like Michael Jordan in your life. Just watch this, Morgan. That's my girl.
She actually did get drafted to the
I know.
WNBA.
She
And
knows
the
me.
crazy thing is that Michael Jordan was drafted 3rd overall in his draft.
I know.
Morgan Tuck was drafted 3rd overall in her draft.
Yeah.
So how much more Michael Jordan can you get there?
And trust me, she still remembers my full name, Morgan
Bombshell.
Tuck. Oh, and I was about to tell you, me and Morgan Tuck, we've been best friends since we first met since 8th grade. I didn't know she wanted to win three-peat at my high school, freshman through junior year, back in my high school days. And Mr. James Mitchum Jr. was our old principal back during our freshman through junior year before he wanted to be our superintendent during our senior year.
I
Yep.
feel that. I think DeMarcus Cousins will be an 85.
See, me and Morgan, we're always going to keep in touch forever. She's going to always be my best friend while she gets too famous. She accepted my friend request when I first had a Facebook. That's because she knows me.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I have some friends that are in bands, and then I have some friends that I have a friend who is the social media director for the Cavaliers Legion.
Wow.
I was about to let you know. That's because she's good with names and faces. She still calls me Alex. She still remembers my full name. And she knows I was on the basketball team, too. This happened 3 years ago and 2 years ago. She hit liked on my one photo 2 years ago when I was on the Special Olympics basketball team at Elmhurst College. It was established 3 years ago over there.
That's awesome.
And also, last year, we almost won downstate in Bloomington and Normal in Illinois Westland. It was a big, huge conference over there. We lost 2 games. It don't matter for me. Win or lose don't matter. We almost won the title that time.
Did you ball out, though?
Oh, yeah. I did it all the time, all last year.
So when
During
you
my senior
play,
year.
if you could compare yourself to a player, what would you say, like, your play style is?
Ooh.
As far as, like, you know, for example, for me, I might say I'm kind of like Marc Gasol. Like,
Yes.
Like Anthony Davis, tall guy.
He's AD.
oh, you're AD all the way?
Tall like him. Most
Yeah.
people are taller than me now, the little kids.
Yeah.
Some
it's
grown
crazy.
folks, all depends. But I've been getting a lot taller in my life since my college days and when I grew up in my life. Most people been saying to me, I gotten tall. Yeah, true. That's because I've been fat a lot, drunk a lot of milk, had a lot of water in my life. That's why I gotten tall.
Drink
Yep.
water. Stay hydrated, y'all.
I know.
That's what Jim Harbaugh says. He's like, drink milk.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
that's how you get tall. That's
And
why.
khakis.
I know. I've been drinking a lot of milk too. That's why I gotten a lot tall.
What are your thoughts on like drinking milk for like, you know, energy and support and like
Yeah.
to build strength?
That's why I got to build a lot of strength, get myself stronger. That's why I work out and drink milk at the same time.
What kind of milk do you usually drink? You like a skim, vitamin
Reduce
D?
fat
Reduced fat.
and vitamin D.
Vitamin D milk. I think it's the best personally. My cereal, oh yeah, when it's bright
Vitamin
white.
D
I'll
does
be
make you tall, I
honest.
think.
One of my favorites is I like to get almond milk, and then I like to do
Ooh.
honey bunches of oats.
I think vitamin D milk can make you tall, right?
Man, it does, man.
Milk is
Yeah.
good for your bones.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It might
makes
make you
your bones
taller.
Strong. That's why
Vitamin D will make you tall, I
That's
think.
why LeBron doesn't get injured. He just drinks
He
a
so
lot
much
of
milk and wine.
and wine. Sheesh.
See me, I drink a lot of milk. If it was reduced fat milk or vitamin D, it does make me tall.
Yeah. How
alright.
tall are you?
I'm like 6'3", close to 6'4", I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm still
man.
growing until I'm 30. I think most people stop growing until
Yeah.
they're 30.
For sure, man.
Like Anthony, not Anthony Davis, Giannis Antetokounmpo came into the league as an 18-year-old at 6'9" and is now maybe 22 or 23, and he's 7 foot,
7-footer.
1. You know.
Man, hey.
I know, just like Yao Ming.
Oh
Good
yeah.
old Yao, man. Oh my goodness.
That's
That
because they
dude's-
know how to dunk basketballs in
That
their
dude's
life.
a beast.
True.
Yao Ming doesn't even need to jump to dunk.
Dude,
I know.
I might say your play style is actually more like Yao Ming than Marc Gasol now that I think about it, Bisky.
Shaq.
Oh, I don't know if Bisky dominates like Shaq. He's the best to ever do it, man.
Call me Charles Barkley. 'Cause,
Yeah, true.
Round
First-
But
mound
Anthony
rebound.
Davis, he's taller than me because he's from Chicago, I can tell.
Oh yeah.
He's way tall, 6'10". He's a
Yeah.
lot taller than me, I know. And I saw,
You know what's good
that's
about
why
that,
you saw the
though,
picture.
is he can grab stuff off the top shelf.
I know. And I can tell. He does it all the time everywhere he goes. We know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's usually I think that's why the Lakers traded for him, is because LeBron was having trouble reaching stuff on the top shelf.
I know.
On top of the refrigerator, yeah.
Yeah, and
He gonna help
JaVale
LeBron
McGee-
out.
JaVale McGee is a doofus, so he kind of fucked it up all the time.
Yeah,
so he
all
just
the
like
time.
you know,
We always hear about that. I'm happy for Anthony Davis because he's from Chicago.
absolutely.
And I got friends who know Anthony Davis.
I actually have a friend, who has friends who know Anthony Davis. So
One of his alumni friends who went to school with him back in 2011. I know.
that's pretty sweet.
You got a picture of them, you said, right? On social media?
Well, I took a picture with him, and it's on my Facebook all over social media, and it's not private if nobody's friends with me. They can see it all over social media. I let everybody know.
That's what's up. So you got all social media? You got Instagram, Twitter that people can follow you at?
Facebook with the like page.
Okay.
King Sosa, musician/band.
Got you.
All right. And then how about this? Promote the Twitter. Give the Twitter @ give the
Oh, yeah.
Instagram. If you have IG, give the IG @
I do have Instagram, King Sosa World, just like Twitter.
All right,
King Sosa World on both those two.
I was about to say, give that a follow. Go check out his new song, Streets of Bolingbrook.
True.
Absolutely
That's
outstanding.
a jam.
I thought the best
That's a
part
bop.
was the jersey selection that you had.
Ooh,
'Cause you're a little
yes.
bit of a jersey collector. So is
I'm always a
Tates,
jersey collector.
Actually,
I know.
Yes,
I was about
sir.
to say. So I saw you had the Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Who's another guy who's from Chicago.
Well, he met my daddy
Oh yeah, he
a
was
long
good
time ago
Chicago
before he
guy.
died. I know.
Before
But
he-
my daddy's from Detroit, and he likes the
Okay.
Pistons. That's why.
Oh, that's sweet. So he
Bad boy Pistons, man.
Yeah, bad boys for life.
Detroit Bad Boys, because that's where my cousin's from, part of my daddy's family, my grandparents
Okay.
too. They used to always become a big fan of Detroit teams.
Yeah.
And so is my cousins who stays in East Lansing, Michigan, the Hendersons. But they're from Detroit too.
Yeah.
And they really like Detroit teams and all Michigan teams.
Michigan State.
Yeah, University. That's where my mama went with Magic Johnson.
Oh, she went when Magic Johnson was there?
Yeah. And my mama knows Magic Johnson too because
That's
the
what's
way
up.
she went to Michigan State University.
I actually
That's
found out something interesting. So our friend Sam, his father's girlfriend went to college, and her best friend was dating a Purdue fullback named Mike Allstott.
Mike Allstott. That's a JCA guy. He's a local guy, man.
Yeah, and I think the best part about that is like, I ever asked him like, hey, did you guys ever go to a party with him? And he like, you're like, we want to get to the other side of the crowd, and he's like, walk behind me, and then he just rushed them for like 120 yards per game.
For 120 yards per game.
Just follow him.
Yeah, one of my boys is actually Magic Johnson's nephew. That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
He's got pictures of him up on his wall and stuff like that, the whole family.
Yeah. I actually know there's a family from Romeoville that they're related to Shannon Brown, former Laker.
Oh, Shannon Brown. He got up there, man.
Oh, he just was a crazy
Then he went to
dunker.
the Suns. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was pretty good. And then he just I was kind of disappointed he fell off a little bit. It happens. Sometimes it's hard to maintain the career. You get other stuff in life go
Yeah.
on.
I mean, speaking of that, man, it's hard to stay on top. King Sosa, I mean, what's your plan to stay on top of music and video and all that stuff? What's your plan?
Keep growing, keep building the fan base.
It's
How
called the
can
motivation. Got to stay motivated at all times.
can you go in a little bit in depth to like how you harness that type
Yeah.
of motivation?
Because, I mean, like, I find it hard to get motivated sometimes, man. How do you stay motivated? What motivates you?
And this is what I hear on social media to everybody. Every time I see it on the internet, every time I see it through Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, and they were like, they thought I was shooting my camera by myself. I see you out here grinding, my boy. Keep grinding, my boy. And they were making a joke and a laugh like, ah! And they thought the hustle was real. Nah, it's not just the hustle. It's just the behind-the-scenes footage of a music video I'm doing. And that's how they saw me shoot my own music videos by myself.
Yeah.
This happened when I was in downtown Naperville, straight up King, with my Blackhawks jersey and everything.
Hold on, with the Kane jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Kaner.
And I was about to tell you, they thought niggas was hustling out in Naperville one time. That's racist. And they were just making a joke and a laugh about it. They were trying to record me behind the scenes, shoot my music video.
Was it some white people?
No, it was a black man
Oh,
ran
okay.
into a guy who was shooting his music video by himself. That was me,
And he was
King
just,
Sosa.
was he just like harassing you?
No, he was not harassing me.
He
He
was just hanging
knows.
out?
He knows the motivation is real,
See,
and he
that's good.
thought the hustle was real.
So he was a
Feel
fan.
that.
Yeah, and he
See, that's-
thought, and somebody put a tag on me last year while I was getting behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They post me on my tag on social media on Instagram, and they thought it was somebody shooting a music video. That was me. That was me in downtown Naperville. Next to Main Street Promenade, I was in downtown Naperville.
Oh, yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was down there last night, actually. Rip
Really?
Fest.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So
I'm usually over there every once in a while sometimes. Downtown
So,
Naperville,
what
because
are-
it's safe.
what are your favorite jerseys that you have? If you had to name some, I know you probably have a lot of them, but which ones are your favorite ones?
It don't matter. Whoever's one
all-
of the greatest players in the NBA or any NFLs, MLBs. If it was NHL, I usually want to collect Chicago Blackhawks and Detroit Red Wings because that's where my daddy's from, Detroit.
Yep.
I do both all Chicago, Detroit teams because that's where my family's from, part of my daddy's family.
Yeah, I can understand that.
True.
So, do you have like a jersey that, like, say for example, you had to pick 5 jerseys to keep out of your collection, you had to get rid of the rest of them? Obviously,
No.
this isn't a real situation.
No,
If you had to pick
if it's in
5
good
jerseys-
shape, then I'm fine.
if you had to pick 5 jerseys, you
He
can't.
can't,
you
he can't do it,
pick-
man. They're all just.
You know,
they
I
all
just
mean
like
something.
that because you're like, you just.
If it's in
are
good
s-
shape, then I'm fine.
That's awesome.
Sure.
I respect that. I respect that hardcore,
See,
man.
I have I saw that you had the 24 Paul George jersey
Ooh.
from
Indiana Pacers.
Indiana.
It's
I
still in
have
good
one.
shape.
I actually I have one too that's in pretty good shape, and I actually my buddy who was my roommate when I was in college, his dad was the announcer for the Indiana Pacers, so we got to go to a game, and it was the game 4 of the Pacers Cleveland game when LeBron was still with Cleveland and with Paul George was still with Indiana. It was the last game that Paul George played as a Pacer.
Ooh.
And I remember his dad being like, Paul George isn't going to leave. Why would he leave? He has so much to stay here for. They're going to keep building around him. He's going to keep getting better. You know, there's no reason for him to leave. And then he left to the Thunder immediately after that. LeBron swept
I remember that
Pacers,
series, man.
and just Paul George is like, I can't do it on my own. And
No
now,
loyalty, man. No loyalty. Like, see, like I know you're loyal to to Bolingbrook, man. Like,
I
you
feel like
gotta have that loyalty, man.
That's what's different about people from Chicago. I feel like loyalty means more to people from Chicago, people from this area. You know, can you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
What do you think D'Angelo Russell rating is gonna be next year, Bisky?
D'Angelo Russell. I feel like a solid. You could start him off with an 86.
Oh, I'd give him 89, man. After this year.
I feel like you start him off with the 86. I feel like you put him at 2 guard. You make him a 2 guard.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you make him like the point guard secondary position because he's going to be playing with Steph and Clay. I feel like Clay, you still make him a shooting guard, but with the small forward.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Secondary position. But you know who I'm interested to see the rating for? Thomas Bryant.
Oh, I think he'll probably start with like a 77, to be honest.
77, but I could see him move up. I could easily
He
see
could be
him
an
be
80.
a straight up 80. Just
I can
like,
see him being 82, 83 by the end of the season.
You know, he was one of the better players. All right, another one.
Because you're a big 2K guy, right, King Sosa?
Oh, I like NBA 2K.
What you play on? You play on Xbox or PlayStation?
PS4, PlayStation 4.
See, I gotta up my game. I only have an Xbox right now. I want to get a PS4, but I'm gonna wait for the new game to come out. Then I'm gonna buy the PS4 because why would I sell my Xbox
Right.
right as I have the old game and you know?
Sure.
Like,
I mean, I got my player on Xbox up to 90, but then I bought the PS4, so I've just been playing that recently.
yeah.
Every time I see a lot of new video games come out, I always like to stick with new video games because it makes people rich, you know.
Absolutely, dude. You know what a good player will be. What rating do you think Aaron Gordon will have?
80.
80.
He's an
I
80.
feel like an 81. They might be a little generous with him.
I'm not a big Aaron Gordon guy myself. He could dunk. I mean, that man can dunk.
So what? I'm a big fan of Anthony Davis because I got friends who know Anthony Davis.
What rating would you give Anthony Davis
Yeah, let's hear this. What do you got for him this year?
for this year in 2K?
I think he was a 93 last year. Is that right?
I think he was.
It don't matter. I would give him 100% rating.
I'm for
You
it.
know.
We gotta be loyal to the guys from Chicago.
That's because he's from Chicago. I got friends who know Anthony Davis from Perspectives Charter, Rodney Johnson. So what? I'm a big fan of him. But I just got friends who know him. Anthony
Absolutely.
Davis.
Man,
Yeah.
you gotta stay loyal to the friends, man.
That's because I know his old staff members from Perspectives Charter. I know his old teachers and his old coaches. That's why I support his old high school from his whole entire high school team, Perspectives Charter, Rodney Joslin, for their basketball teams and football teams. And I like going to their games because I like to support Anthony Davis's old teacher.
Absolutely.
I just do it for Anthony Davis while I come from Bolingbrook, Illinois, from Bolingbrook High School.
Yeah.
I do both. That's why I like Chicago. They know how to have fun with a grown man when I'm over there. When I'm at any games for basketball, football, that's what I do.
I feel that, man. Man, the reception down here is pretty bad. I just tried to send text message, didn't go through.
Yeah. So, do you have anything that you'd want to close out the podcast with? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to promote? Anything you want to talk about before we close this up?
No.
We're good.
We're good. We're good.
Cool, man. Make sure to follow this man on Twitter. Follow him on Instagram.
I will.
Yeah, King Sosa World on Twitter and Instagram.
True.
Absolutely.
Give him a-
Follow King Sosa. Like that page. That's a musician band page on Facebook. Like that.
Yep. And then what's the YouTube page? What's the username on YouTube?
My username is with a digital camera, King Sosa World Productions. That's why I shoot videos for anybody that wants to do it with me.
That's
You know
what's
what's up.
And that's where you can also find all of your music, right?
My music videos and my music is on Alex Haney on there. That's my real name.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Cool. We'll plug both on. We'll plug both on Twitter. We already got you followed on there, so we'll make sure we promote it. We'll say that you're on the podcast, and we get you all of our listeners looking at that.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute honor to
Really
have you
has
on the
been.
podcast. I'm glad that as we've been off for a couple weeks, that we're able to come back with an absolute powerhouse of a
Absolutely.
show.
Absolutely.
Black Power. Turn up for King Sosa World. I'm from Bolingbrook, Illinois.
That's what's
Do you
up.
think you can close us out with some bars?
What do you got for us, man?
Whether it's something new, whether it's something old, whatever you want to do.
You can
just close us
freestyle if
out.
you want to, man. I think that'd be a great way to end the show.
This is my hometown. I grew up in Bolingbrook in my fucking life, my nigga. It's a suburb of Chicago. Yeah, we Chi-town, bitch. I be in the city because I'm a king of my area. This is my hometown. 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 And where we coming from? The streets of Bolingbrook. That's how it be. The streets of Bolingbrook. It's where it's at. The streets of Bolingbrook. The streets of Bolingbrook. The streets of Bolingbrook. That's the new song I just released on YouTube. Make sure you keep viewing that music video. Make sure you keep watching it. Tell me what you like. Like, comments, whatever you want.
Absolutely.
And I got you.
Help this man out. Give this man a listen. Give this man some suggestions. Everything, man. He's open to it.
All right.
Good looking out.
That's what's up. Well, I think that does for this week's episode. We're so happy to be back on Spotify, back on Apple Podcasts. Give us a follow on here if you haven't already. If you're looking at us on Facebook, give us that follow so that we can have more followers, because it gives us satisfaction in life that I don't usually get.
Yeah, I hate when me and Tates are the only people that like our Instagram, or not our Instagram, but our Twitter post. It'll literally be like, we tweet something stupid, and then it'll be 2 likes, and it'll be mine and Tate's personal accounts.
That's true.
Yeah, we need some more fans. So
Thank you.
Yep, and you understand. You got fans. You got some fans. You got some.
Good looking out.
So that's we're definitely gonna be on the come up. Hopefully together.
That's what's up.
And then
We'll
hopefully
be at the
one
top
day.
looking down.
Hopefully.
Thank you.
Hopefully one day we'll be one day we'll be recording in a studio that we own,
Let's go.
True.
and you could be promoting your new album that they're putting out.
You just as mixtapes now, but maybe one day, who knows? Studio
you're gonna
out.
get the studio
Exactly.
album. Get
Yeah, I
that-
know. I know.
That's what's up.
With
what
real
we're trying to
CDs.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that does it for this week's episode. That's King Sosa. That's Bisky.
Yep, King Sosa. I'm from Bolingbrook, Illinois, and you know I'm a Bolingbrook rapper. And also, I was thinking about releasing a studio album in the future. It'll be in stores whenever you want to find me in the future.
I'm ready for that. Well, that's Bisky. I'm Tate for this week's episode. We are out.